Hello viewers, I am Dr. Radhika. I am professor in computer science and engineering. In this session, I am going to explain about how to insert a node at the beginning of your list, that is into a singly linked list. So before going into the function of this insert begin, first of all we will see what is the node definition. The node definition is so you have to use the structure. So struct s node, and then here whenever if you are using a singly linked list, here you will have two parts, the data part and the link part. So suppose if you assume that your data is integer, so then what we will do, just we will give int data. So that is our data is integer. So that's why I have declared it as integer. And next one is, so you should have a pointer to the next node. So whenever if we say a node, it is a structure variable of this particular node. So whenever we are saying that now we should have a pointer that points to the same structure node. So that's why what we have to do, here we have to give the same structure variable, that is struct s node asterisk next. So here what we are doing, we are giving a structure variable of the same structure. So that's why it is called as self-referential structure. So that means what? So whenever if you are giving another structure, so if you are giving some in one structure you are giving another structure, then we call it as nested structures. But here what we are doing, we are giving again the same structure. So that's why it is called as self-referential structure, and this is how we can define a node. So so that means what? Here we have defined an user-defined data type. So what is that user-defined data type? Here the user-defined data type is struct s node. So whenever if you want to refer the data type, that means whenever if you want to declare variables or whenever if you want to use this data type, so every time you have to use struct s node. So instead of using like that, what we can do is we can give a short name. So we can give an alias name. So in order to, instead of your struct node, you can give an alias name. So how you can give it is, you can use the type def. So here what I am doing is, I am giving type def. Type def is the keyword that is used for giving other names to your existing data type. So here what is our data type? Here our data type is a user defined data type, that is struct s node. So what is the syntax? Type def, and then you have to give the data type, and then you have to give the new name. So here what is our data type now? It is struct s node. Here we have to give it as struct s node. So now this struct s node, and then you have to give a new name. So here I am giving a pointer. So always linked list points with always linked lists are these are we call them as dynamic linear data structures. So that's why, so generally linked lists are referred with pointers. So struct s node. So here I am giving the name as nptr. I am giving the name as nptr. So for struct node asterisk, you are giving a new name, that is nptr. So instead of using a long name, you are using a short name. So you can use this nptr at each and every location wherever you want to use struct node asterisk. So now we will see how you can insert a node into a existing list at the beginning of your list. So first of all, for that one, I will draw that there is a list. So this is the header node, and then I am giving the nodes. So for example, if you have, this is the first node, and the header will be pointing to what? It is pointing to the first node, and the first node you have some data, and it is pointing to the second node, and then it is pointing to some another node. So here I am giving the list such that the list is not an ordered list. So order, if you want, you can create a ordered singly linked list, or in whatever, depending upon our application, you can use the list in whatever way you want. So here I am giving some another value, that is some 50. So this is not an ordered list, for example, if you assume like that. So in order to tell you that both can be done. Okay, so that's why here I am giving the example as it is not an ordered list. Just I am assuming it as it is not an ordered list. So this is my list and this is null. So that is, this is the last node, and here you have a value of something like 80. So this is my existing list, and the header node of this list is H. So that is already been created by using the function create header. So that is explained in the previous lectures. Okay. So now just we will use that header in this function. So now we will see how we can create how we can insert, first of all how we can create a node, that is a new node, and then how we can insert that node at the beginning of the list. So for that one, first what you have to do? So first of all you have to create a node. So for that one, so first of all I will tell you what will happen using this diagrammatic representation, and then I will tell you how we can write the program. So what we have to do here? So here you have to create a new node. For example, if we call it as NN. So we say that it is NN node. So that is new node. I am saying it as new node. Or you can write the complete form also. You can write it as new node. So first of all, you have to create a new node. That means you have to create a new node means what? You have to allocate memory to your new node, because this is a dynamic linear data structure. So the node is also defined with a pointer. So that's why dynamically you will allocate the memory at runtime. So first of all, if you want to create a node, first of all you have to create a new node, and then what you have to do? You have to give some new value, that is new value to this node. For example, if I say it is some 50. So I am giving the data value, and then what you have to do? So then you have to modify the link parts. So how you can modify that link parts is, so what you have to do here is, so you have to remove this link. What you have to do? You have to remove this link, and you have to create new links. That is, the header node must point to this new node, because this must become the first node. So for that one, what you have to do? So this header node must point to new node, and the new node next must point to, it should point to this first node. That is, in the previous list, what is the first node? That first node must be linked. So this is what we have to do in this function. So if you understand this, then we can go for the function. So first of all, you should understand how to do these things and in which order you have to do. That is very much important. So in the case of data structures. Okay. So now, first of all, what you have to do? First of all, you have to create the node, and then you have to put the data in the data part, and then you have to adjust the links. So now we will see how to write the function. So for example, here whenever if you want to insert a node, there is nothing to return. So because here we are passing the header node, and because header is also a pointer, so here everything will be happened as pass by reference. So whatever changes you do in the insert function also, all those changes will be reflected to the calling part, because this is everything here we are using pointers, and pointers are passed by reference. Okay, so that's why the return type is, here we don't have any return type. So that's why what we will do, we will give it as void. Void is the return type, And what is the function name? Here I am giving the function name as insert begin. Insert begin of. So here whenever you are working with singly linked list, what you have to do? You have to give the header node address to, because the header node, if you give the header node address only, you can work with linked list, because the header node contains the address of the first node. So that's why here what you have to give? You have to give the header node. What is the data type of header node? So already we have defined it with NPTR using the type def. So that's why what I have given here, NPTR of NPTR H. So now I have passed the header node address to this function. So now we have the address of our header node. So now we have created a new node. Now first of all what we have to do? First of all we have to we have the address of the first node. Now what is the first step we have to do? First of all we have to create memory. We have to create that is we have to allocate the memory. So how we can allocate the memory? Before, if you want to allocate the memory, what you have to do? You have to first of all allocate, that is first of all you have to declare a variable for this new node. So what is our name that we have given? We have given it as new node. Any names you can give, any valued identifiers. So here I have given it as new node. So new node is the name of our new node. So next I have declared a variable for this node, and next what I have to do? Now I have to allocate the memory for this particular new node. So how I can allocate the memory? So it can be allocated as new node is equal to, so here I am going to use the malloc function to allocate the memory. So how you can use the malloc function? What is the syntax of using malloc function is, first you have to do typecasting. So how you can do the typecasting? So whenever the memory is allocated by using the malloc function will return a void pointer. So the void pointer can be converted to any data type using the typecasting. So whenever if you want to point to some integer data means, then the typecasting must be done to integer pointer. Suppose if you want to assign that value to a float pointer means, then it must be converted to float pointer. So like this. So but here what we want to assign it to which type of pointer? We want to assign it to a pointer of type NPTR. So that's why what is the typecasting that we have to do here? So you have to give it as NPTR. So this again I will tell you. So why we have given NPTR is, the malloc function will return a void pointer after allocating the memory. So that is, after allocating the memory address will be given as a void pointer. So this void pointer must be converted to that particular data type pointer. Okay, suppose if you are allocating to integer means, it will be given as integer pointer. So like that. So if you are allocating here to which type of pointer? So it is new node is of type what? NPTR. You can give it as NPTR, or you can also give it as struct snode asterisk. For this struct snode asterisk only we have given a new name, that is NPTR. So that's why within brackets this is typecasting. So what I am doing? I am converting the pointer to of type NPTR, that is struct node asterisk type. Okay. Then you will give the, then you have to give the malloc function, and then you have to give the size occupied by this particular node. So here what is the size occupied by this particular node? So here whenever if you consider the struct snode, so here we have given two structure elements here. So the first one is data and the second one is pointer to your node. So this data occupies 2 bytes and this structure node it is a pointer, so that's why it also occupies 2 bytes of memory. So instead of giving directly the value, in C language we have an operator called as size of. So if you give the size of operator, then it will return what is the size of its data type. So now here what I will do is, I will give the size of operator to of which data type. So here the data type is struct S node. So this is the closing braces of size, this struct node, and this is the closing braces of size. So now what I have done here, I have allocated the memory, that is new node is equal to nptr of malloc of size of struct S node. So the memory is allocated for this particular node, that is new node. So once the memory is allocated, so now what is happening here? So first of all, the memory is being allocated. The memory is allocated. The memory is allocated. Once the memory is allocated for the new node, next what we have to do? We have to take the, that is we have to get the value of the data. So the data value can be read within the function, or also it can be passed to the function here also. Both the cases, you can write it as any of these two cases. So the value of, for example, if you take the value of this, if you say that if the value of the data that is to be sent is x, so this x value can be read from here, or also it can be passed as a parameter to the function. So for example, here we say that it is passed as a function, passed to the function. So what is its data type? It is integer. For example, this is the data that I want to assign to my new node. So you can pass it here, or also here you can read the value of x and then you can assign it to the data part of your new node. So for example, here I am taking it as here I am passing the function, I am passing the data as a parameter to my function. So now I have the value 50 in which variable? X. So what I can do now? Here just I can assign the value for x to my new node data. So how we can access the data members of your structure? So because here new node is of type, which type of structure variable? It is a pointer variable. So in order to accessing the pointer variable, you have to use the member access operator as hyphen greater than. So new node hyphen greater than data is equal to x. So for example, if my value of x is 50, so now I have assigned the value 50 in the data part of my new node. So new node is allocated here. First the memory is allocated and next the value 50 is assigned. So 50 is assigned. So this is over. Now what we have to do now? So now we have to check. Now we have to assign the addresses. So for example, here we have two cases. So one is, suppose whatever node you are inserting, if this is the first node that is going to be inserted into the list. So that means, so this is one case and this is one case. This is if the list contains some values. If the list contains some values, that is, this is the one case. And another case is, suppose you don't have any value. So that means your header next is null. That indicates that your list is empty. So before inserting the node, what you have to do is you have to check this. So suppose if the list is empty, then what you will do? Just you will assign this h next to, what you can do? Just you can assign this h next to your new node, and this h next value must be assigned to new node next. So see how it will be done. So first of all, what I will do is, first of all I told that you have to first of all you have to modify the links now. Whenever you are modifying the links, you should be very careful that first of all you have to assign the links for the new node, so that because now you are inserting a new node, that is your new node into the new list. So that's why before changing this link part, so first of all this part must not be given. So that's why what you have to do, first of all you can assign the next h next to this particular, you can give it to this particular new node. So that means what you can do as, so first what we will do is we will give it as new node next. So at present, do you have any value in this new node next? We don't have any value. So what we are giving now to new node next, what we are giving? So whatever that is there in the H next, we are going to assign it. So suppose if you give new node next is equal to H next. So in H next, so here two conditions will be satisfied. Okay. So for example, here what we are doing, if what you are doing, new node next is equal to H next. So that means what? So now you are modifying this link. So what you are doing, this link is as it is, and you have given one more link, that is this one. So now what you have done, new node next is given to the H next. So for example, suppose if you take the second case, if the list is empty, then what will happen? If the list is empty, then what will happen? So just new node next, what will be placed? It will be placed as null. So that is, suppose if you are, this is our new node. So this is our new node here. So we have assigned the value 50. Here what is there in the new node next? We have null. So this null will be assigned where? Here it will be assigned. So that means what? This is the first node now. So for both the cases, this is satisfied. Suppose if it have some list means the first node address will be placed at new node next. And suppose if this itself is the first node. So already we have in H next we have null. This null will be placed at the new node next. So in both the cases this is satisfied. After placing this link, so now this link is over. Now what you have to do? You have to give the link, that is from H next, it should point to new node. So now here also, now already we have put the null in the new node next. So here also what you have to do? You have to link the H next to this one, because the new node must become the first node now. So then what we will do now? So how you can give this link now? So new node, sorry, it is H. So now you are modifying which link? It is H next. H next, we are giving it as new node. We are giving it as new node. So that is this one. H next is this one. So we are giving it as this one. Here H next is this one. So that means here, because this is the first node, so just this null is placed here and this is assigned to new node. So this is new node. So this case is satisfied, and also this is another case where we have the list. So in that case, what will happen? First we have assigned this link. So this link is also there at that time. So once if you have assigned this H next is equal to new node, then what will happen? Now this link will be automatically deleted. So then what will happen? So this link will be deleted because we have assigned for H next. Before it is H next is equal to this 40 node. But now what happened? So now it has been changed as, so this is 40 and this is H, and here before we have this link. So now what is happened here? So first of all, you have changed this one to this one, and next H next is modified to new node. So H next is equal to this one. H next is equal to new node. So now is your condition satisfied or not? So now what is the first node of your list? Now 50 is the first node because H next is pointing to 50. So our new node is the first node, and again 50 next is pointing to what? 40. That is the previous first node. So now your list is, that is your condition, that is you have to insert at the begin, that condition is satisfied. So this is how you can insert a node at the beginning of the list. So whenever you are assigning the pointers, this order is so much important. Suppose if you give these two in the reverse order, then what will happen is, first of all you will lose this link. So you will lose this link. So if you lose that link, it indicates that everything That is, you have lost the total list. So that's why whenever you are modifying the links, you should be careful that which link must be modified first, because always you should maintain that your header node first, the header node next, that is which points to the first node, that address, that link part is very much important, because if you lose that one, just you will lose the total list. So this is how you can insert a node at the beginning of your list. So this is how to insert an element at the beginning of the list. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.